Hello, good evening everyone. Kindly join. Hello. It visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's wait for next 5 minutes for joining other. Otherwise you will start. So last class we have studied about this behavior based safety. We have just studied some person of these slides. So the safety is also depend on your behavior of the employee or behavior of the person, because what we are thinking, what we are acting, what we are listening, all the things are matters which can be directly indirectly related to our work and this safety. So last class we have discussed what is the things or why how this behavior is very much important. So we again just remind the things. So there are some things that challenges, safety excellence, all culture, hazard assessment, additional resources. These are the five major things we are facing each other while we are implementing safety. So in first thing is challenges. So if you are mostly focused on safety rules and regulations, so there are so many challenges we have to face. So what these are mostly various constraint for your work and all the things. So but we have to follow these rules and regulations, all the things safety. For example, if you are riding a scooty and you are not wearing helmet, then you are violating the safety rules. But without helmet we have free to ride, that is our, we can freely independently ride. So this is our actually that is not free, but we feel that things that without helmet it is better, but actually that is not better, this is very worse. If something accident happens, then your head will be secure if you are wearing helmet. So that is the challenges. We are not forcefully uh, keep a helmet on everybody, unless otherwise the person is itself not willing to do that. Why, whatever the we find, whatever may be the things, if the person is inherently or by selflessly not willing to wear a helmet, then you cannot force that one. So that is also the challenges. How do the rules and regulations can be obeyed and can be followed by the people and the persons. Then excellence means that if you are doing very good, well, or excellent in this thing, then it is called excellent. So in case of safety excellence, that means we are always obeying the all rules, regulations, and stay within the limit of the safety. Then we never meet any injury, never meet any kinds of accidents. This is called safety excellence. That means zero accident. That is called safety excellence. Accessing your culture, and that safety excellence is comes from developed by culture, and it comes from behavior. If all peoples are very good, then obviously the situation is also very good. Then hazard assessment is also related to the safety culture. Then additional resources such as the needs. So all the things we already discussed. So just forwarding these things. And this is the bittery box model. Last class we already discussed two things that is very much important for the culture, that is attitude, behavior, and culture. All three things are dependent to each other. Attitude, it depends behaviors and it affects the behaviors. Then total whole is the affect the culture. So we already discussed these things. And also there is communications, principle of safety communications. If something is happening and you are seeing or you are the witness of the something and you do not want to communicate further, then that also leads to a violations of safety rules and leads to accident. That is also called safety communications. Proper passing of information. We have discussed the communication part is in our unit 4. Already we have this communication part. Then safety management, that means by the managing people's overall. And employee buy-in, that means whenever a new employee comes to your organizations, then uh, the culture or the behavior can be inbuilt or seed to the employee through employee buy-in procedures. So there are three things: watching, hearing, and reading. Watching means the people have to show the different types of safety videos, all the things. Then hearing by discussions and feedback on the different issues. By reading, per poster or a some articles, newspaper, you can read and get the knowledge. So this knowledge transfer can be takes place by watching, hearing, and reading. So we already discussed these things. And this safety buy-ins, that means the employee empowerment through to the or knowledge enhancement through different recognitions of different goals, safety events. We have to organize different types of events related to safety, like safety weeks, different safety competitions, all these things. Questions and suggestion box also provided, and build safety faculty facilities communications. So different safety facilities also be provided. So all have to be done due for the incorporate of these safety rules and regulations to the new employee who is new for this organization in a factory or in a company. These are the different recognitions, promotions, award for achieving goals, participation in different kinds of safety associations or safety organizations. Then safety days, picnic, contest, all are be kept in order to enhance the safety promotions and training video. Somehow the peoples are shifted or having provided training for the about safety and different rules, regulations, all the things. Employee involvement, so all employees will be involved actively. They have to give the feedback and take part actively to the all safety related activities. Then the safety excellence obviously with achieving this through a long term goal, because all employees we are just introduced in the company, they have to obey the rules, regulations, and we have to achieve when a zero accidents. If that is fully set, we work in the organizations with full safe manner, then it achieve the safety excellence. For example, for a company, since last 10 years there is no accident happens, that means it achieve the safety excellence. Then this is for example, an average of 5,000 people annually killed in the job for last 4 years. So if this kind of happenings, then we cannot do that safety excellence, because accidents or some injuries may happen. So we have to this make this 4713 to 0. So that maybe we have to convert the safety excellence. Then compliance is the things that means whenever there is a process of uh, somehow someone is going to uh, do something or have to give proper communications, then whether you are satisfied with your job or satisfied with your work behavior or working environment, then that is the called compliance. That is whether you satisfied or not, then it will get job done or not, and we do feel that is the regarding the compliance. So there are too many incidents also workplace costing too many lives. So this is the traditional approaches does not belong to the job. So all compliance must be in the favor of the safety rules and regulations, not the against, so that we can achieve the safety excellence. So now the important thing we are going to cover, that is the culture. And this culture, what is culture? We are stating that now that we are belonging to this culture, our culture is very good. So culture is a very much important term, and this culture is also very much important for maintaining or achieving to safety excellence, or approaching towards zero excellence. So what is culture then? Culture definition is it is the major determinant of the behavior of the organizations and peoples. How the organizations peoples behave, what is their attitude towards the others and towards the work environment. So the behavior of the people and the organization, what the organization think, what is the motive of the organizations, and who are working at the organizations, what is the behavior, how they behave to others, that is called as culture. So culture is not related to safety term, or it is fully different. But when this culture is incorporated in the safety, with the safety, and the behavior is aligned with the safety rules and regulations, then it will be give safety excellence. Through this achieving the target safety excellence is the path is the culture. The initial step is the behavior. We have to change our behavior, then we have to already change a culture, then safety excellence can be done. So cultural behavior or behavior change is not an easy task. So how to change someone's behavior? Through satsang and through some good environment and positive attitude, we have to change the behavior into good behavior. For a long time, they develop a culture. If someone is implementing behavior based safety culture or with a solid foundation, that means the safety failures is the least. So that is the important why behavior and culture we are talking about for the safety things. So then culture determines behavior and both social and organizational. That's why it is important for maintaining the safety rules and regulations to a streamlined workflow of a organization. So this is some pictures which showing how this culture is very much important. See, there is a four figures in this slides. Here you can see one crane is climbing to the top of a some tower. So this is the initially we have thinking that this is impossible, but finally we can see in fourth number of figure it is possible. So this is one examples how the impossible things can be do the possible through culture. So this is also one type of cultures. It is how some files are or some bags are piles into a bag. So this is a not a good culture. This is a on thing on cultural thing. So this is also one pictures. Here you can see some AC repair mechanics is fixed in a unsafe conditions. There may be leading a accident. So this is not a good cultural practice. Here this also by climbing all the things two people are saying, this is also not a good culture. So see, this is how much unsafe condition is there. So bench and then table, then ladder. So this is a unethical practice and not a good culture. So this culture or this safety culture, which can be either good or bad. If some organizations, the people or behavior are very good, then it is developed, pass through this safety excellence. If it is not good and some irrelevant activities and not bad attitudes of peoples are living in organizations, then it leads to a disaster. And so this is the threat to disaster. If culture is developed in the good, then it will to leads to safety excellence, and also it is not good, then it leads to disaster. So this is the examples how this some attitudes or some things that can be depends. For examples, space shuttle challenger and space shuttle columbia, Chernobyl accidents, Deepwater Horizon oil spill. These are the four major disasters where lots of people are dying due to some what may be called negligence or unethical practice, or not the culture was not good. So space shuttle, whenever you have just remember about this Kalpana Chawla in the returning of the space, it can be a disaster happen. And Chernobyl, the nuclear power plant disaster. So some negligence, the peoples there can be responsible for that. So culture study, that's important for the safety in the form of safety. So subtle culture study, which is unclear the responsible for that. This is the some practices how this safety is related to this type of subtle culture study. That means the when the responsible person, we are not clear who is responsible for the accidents. If you are, because whenever organization a work is done by a group of people, and the group of people every each one equal responsible for the doing the event. If there are, let's say, five people are working in a one work, and if someone of the five people, one is not lazy and not working in good conditions, or then the work hinders the total target. So due to the one person, other four person are suffering. So this type of culture is called subtle culture study. So most of the organizations, they do not have 100% efficient in the work due to this kind of things, because lots of people are working in an organization environment, but apart from this some peoples are not doing their work, and they can be distribute the responsibility to others. Then shorter safety culture, that is safety is not a priority here. Safety is not a priority because whenever we working, and you have to fulfill the target very quickly. So we have to just neglect the safety rules and regulations, and some we are not obeying the standard operation of procedures, and just bypass those things. So what are the consequences? The main consequences is, by doing this is we are not following the safety. So safety is not a priority here, but the work may be done. So the consequences is whether there is a chance for be doing getting some accidents. If all things are okay, then it is not obviously in the things of the mind of the peoples. But even if there is small things happens, then what happens? The total whole group is suffer. So this is all the things. Then why culture is important? Because this is atmosphere. We work in the shape of the behavior. So behavior practices, attitudes that depends our work efficiency and the safety things. Unwritten rules define the importance of the organizations. So many rules and regulations are already written in the form of standard operation procedures and all the things. But whenever we come to the practical field, lots of people are working in organizations, and everything is not written. Where you how to work, how to go the field, and how the safety, what is unsafe condition, everything we cannot document it. So that instantly decide the behavior and the attitude of the person who is working in the field. So if the person is good enough, his behavior is good, then it affects the others. If the person is very irrelevant and some crime person, his mind is ill, is do not want to work anymore, then that can be very bad for the organizations. So all rules, unwritten rules are also important. How it decide to work. Invisible force that indicates behavior of the employee, because there are some invisible force. Invisible force means there are some pressures, work pressure, family pressure, we already discussed at that things. in previously in case of psychological safety. If your mind is not clear about what you have to do, or what in the background what is going on, if last night you can, if you not sleep well, then you can get fatigue, and you are also so sleepy and lazy, so that may affects to the others. So these kinds of things happening that are invisible force. So employee participations, it is also important, because all employees should be participate in the behavioral study or the cultural study. So before going to buying the employee buy-in, all these type of seeds are present in organizations, and they should check whether it is working properly or not. Then reactive vs proactive. Last class already studied. Safety separate add-on program, that is come reactive. Reactive, that means whenever there is a things happening, or someone going willing, or someone order you to do something, and then you react it on this, that is reactive. And proactive means you by own yourself decide, and you have to do that work, that is the proactive. For example, if you are going on the way, and there is a nail is or some kinds of things which is may injure the person who is walking on the floor, it is lying on the floor, and you saw that things, and you just jump that things and pass away. This is called reactive. Means some, unless even someone is not able order you to throw that nails, so you do not throw that one. So that is called reactive. And proactive means you see that nail is there, and do not wait to do, or do not wait to be instruct other to pick up the nails. You react, or you among yourselves, your mind decide that, and you can throw that nails. So that is a proactive. So there are certain things. So safety committee members are policemen. Policemen are needed. Some organizations committees needed, because the members are not actually actively participated, unless someone is not going to do so. But in case of proactive, they are decide themselves, and no members advisory are needed. So generally, a safety are viewed negative employee, safety views as positive. So safety rules regulations we are obeying as it is positive for us. It may, this is called proactive. If you are not obeying, that is reactive. Accidents are, we believe, to unless employee unavoidable, but here it is avoidable, because you are, accidents are not going to happen if you remove the cause. Then safety dedicated to employee, safety are empowered with the process. Safety is dedicated, that means you are to force to obey someone some things, that is called forcefully obeying, that is reactive. But here, so we are not, for employees are aware, not doing that thing by forcefully. So these are the some symptoms of the alias for this your what may we call safety, or you are not feeling well, that may hamper the safety, like coughing, skin peeling, skin constrict pupils, pain, deformity, inertia, vomiting. If you are feeling this kind of thing, then you have to immediately leave that things, and not if you are not feeling well. And signs: elevated temperature, high low blood pressure, rapid pulse, rapid separations. If you see this kind of things, then that is the signs for your LIS. That means your safety are violated. If it is not violated, obviously that is in the form of physical, psychological, or maybe this behavioral changes happening. For example, if you are angry, when you are angry at the moment, you cannot control your tongue, or cannot control your work. So what you have done at the point when you are angry, that is not under your control. Your blood pressure is high. So these kind of things happen when you are having some good behavior is changes, or culture is not maintained at that place. Then what are the organization lias? That is uncorrected hazards, low employee involvement. The employee are not going to involve actively for obeying the work and cultural practices. Then fear, the employee is having fear in their mind, though we are not going to do that, because that is unsafe conditions. If some machine, the open wires are there, electrical wires are there, and someone going to forcefully force to you to do the work at that conditions, so employee obviously you have to fear. Lack of feedback, feedback is not there Poor safety practices, near misses are the something which is just miss from your injury. That is near misses. Leaders are not working in the top. So leaders are, the managers are, that are not confront all the things. What are the signs? High incident rates, high frequency rates, low safety audit scores, increased cost per employee work hour. If some safety rules and regulations, behavior, cultural practice are not there, so for the same work, it take lots of time, lots of money, and the accident per hour per year that may happen. So that's why depends the culture and the safety behavior is very much important. So now we see where you are. Just compare yourself. First is the awareness. When you are just join on a company, the first thing, you do not know about the company, what is how it works, what are the different instruments there, what are the rules regulations. You cannot do not know because you are just finished your graduations and enter in the company. So when you just enter, awareness starts. Slowly you have to know all these things. That's awareness. Safety handouts, warning signs, you just see these things by reading and showing all these things. Just awareness started. Then recognitions. After awareness, you recognize different health risks, different types of hazards. Oh, this is the point where you should not do that, because once you do not fail, you cannot recognize that thing. So try and error, you just recognize different kind of safety alerts there. Then management support. Once you recognize these things, if you're not going to handle yourself, then you talk to your upper management, talk to your supervisor, talk to your leader. They can implement something, and due to the involvement of the management, you can know and about to change the different things like safety inspections, accident investigations. This is done through the of the upper management support. After some times, then shift management view of safety and management commitment. This is the shift. That means management is trying to shift the safety with the proper development of the culture and obeying the strictly following the rules and regulations, making policies, all the things. Then accountability. After the safety policy or the things are made by this management, safety goals are established, safety activities are measured. That will be the next step is culture. When this accountability is done, everything is measurable, no accidents happen, no longer a program of this safety, what is safety, all the things are again running, because all employee leaders, all the things are always known, and it can be do a long practices. That is the culture. So whenever just joining for an employee to the last step is to develop a culture, the risks is become low. So once the safety culture is established, we have to work the organizations with low risks. But the first one joining is the company, one employees, it does not know anything. So suddenly someone is going to handle some instrument without knowing the name, or without knowledge what is how it is operates, what are the risks on the instrument. So that may be leads to accidents. Like if you do not know uh, how to ride a scooty or buy a motorcycle, and suddenly when you are given some bullet kind of things or just ride it, what happen? That may be lead to accidents. This same thing here. So next is step to real a safety culture. What are the different steps? The main are the three steps, that is called AIM. This is very much important, maybe comes in your exam. So what is the three step to add to your safety culture? What are the steps? AIM. A is your assess your current culture. First thing, whenever you just join in a company, just watch, hear, and read everything, and want to assess your culture. What is the culture? How it is good or bad? What is the things happening in particular things? For example, if you are going to a different state, different country, you do not know what is their culture, how is their language, how people are living. So first, you do not take any actions. Just watch them and learn their things slowly. So that is the accessing, that's the accessing or knowing slowly the culture. Then second thing, implement changes. If you know all the things, if you have gained knowledge about what is the culture, what is running and going on in these things, then you have to implement some new things or delete things. If it is wrong, you can delete it. If it is good, then it be accepted. That implementing the culture is in your own. That is the second point. Third is maintain the culture change. Only implement is not a practices. Then it is maintain the things. Obey in a long term. That is the maintaining the culture changes. That is important. That is the AIM. This leads to a safety culture. Safety culture. Next, last, then is hazard assessment. Employee must assess the workplace to determine the hazard of requiring PP are presently to present or not. If you are working somewhere, and what are the potential hazards at their points, that is very much necessary to understand what are the potential hazards. If it is known by the employee, then you are, if it is wear the safety PPs like gloves, apron, lab coat, shoes, safety shoes, ear plugs, etc. So this should be must whenever you enter with the to the hazardous or the workplace. If hazard requiring PPT are found are likely to be employee must. So that is you have to must enter by wearing these things to the workplaces. Gloves, shoes, all the thing. If it is not in your body, 30 PP, you are not allowed to work in this field. Select proper PP. Inform about employees who are PPs are selected. Then different types are affected are it okay. Then hazard assessment form. So periodically, what are the hazard, the potential hazard, how are the what are the accidents or maybe the likely risks. You have to maintain all the things in a document form, that is called hazard assessment form. Next thing is housekeeping. So housekeeping is the thing most important, whether it is you are working in a company or you are studying a student, whether you are a housewife, whether you are any persons. So at your room, housekeeping means to keep everything in its place. That is called housekeeping. You do not throw everything here and there. So let's just compare to your room. If you are coming from the college and just throw your bags in your bed, throw your shirts and pants here and there, that is not good. So housekeeping means put everything in its places. Put your bag in your on its places. Hang your clothes separately. Then clean, wipe your legs. Open your shoes and put on racks. All the things are come from the housekeeping. Then wiping your rooms, cleaning all things. Housekeeping does not mean only to clean, to maintain also. That is the housekeeping. So workplaces, in your home, that is home house cleaning. But in workplaces, see the figure. In workplaces where the in company premises or some industry, when you the employees are working, there are so many things are there. So that can also be put at their proper places. That is the housekeeping. And the workplace must be kept clean, orderly, and sanitary. That is the major main thing of housekeeping. If housekeeping is done properly, so you can get easily and accessibly all the things neat and clean. So obviously the safety unsafe condition is released, accidents to be minimized, and the place will be look safe. See here in figure, so many things are put here and there. If you want to get something or want to one need something in that places, so if you are in hurry mode, if you are going and searching, then you may fall down by the obstacles on behind you, in front of you. So that should not be in your workplace. It must be clean, orderly, and sanitary. Workroom floors must be maintained clean and dry as possible, because when a floor is wavy or water or oil spills in workplaces, so you may chance, most of the people chance get to fell down or maybe get injury. So that is not permissible. So what are the things you have to do in your housekeeping? What are the things? First thing is immediately clean up anything on the floor that creates a sleep hazards. That is water, grease, paper, dust, anything. So your floor must be clean. That is the first step. Whatever may be, if the some water is there, some grease is oil is spill is there, immediately clean that things. Do not put it or do not jump it over it. Second is keep walkways clear, walk boxes and other obstructions. If there is some ways are there on the way of getting something, if something is kept, then clear the path. Third is close cabinets used for storage when not in use. See the second figure, how this place is maintained, neat and clean, and all boxes are kept in racks on its places. So this is the examples of good housekeeping. So when someone is needed, we just open the boxes, and after utilization of those things, we just close the boxes and put it on its places. So that is the things. Closed cabinets are closed when it is not in use. Never block fire exit on fire equipment. Whenever there is a water line, pipeline, fire exit, or emergency window, or some kinds of fire extinguishers, so never block that things, the way or the path, because we don't know when it is become very much necessary. If suddenly some fire comes break, then you have to find this way to keep clean. Next is make sure stacked materials do not impede vision. So these things, see the right side figure, the person is holding four boxes open up. So in these conditions, he cannot see the front. So here the vision is blocked. So the chances of getting fell down, if you are not able to see what is in front of you, then there may be some accidents happen. So you should not do that. Do not store items on the electrical panels or control boxes. Some electrical panel or boxes are there, so we just put something necessary things on the, you just rack for the boxes, so never use these things. Do not put anything on electrical boxes panels. Keep up and store tools in their proper location immediately after use. See this second figure, there are some arranges different kinds of tools, wrenches, all the things what in its place. So after uses, just return the things on its places, keep the places, so it can be easily able to accessible when it is needed. Keep ventilation system clear and dust debris and material. For your workplace, the proper ventilation must be there. You should not work in a closed room, so ventilation is very much necessary. Then next, makes your receptacle or waste and debris convert located, permanently located. So whenever there is a dustbin, or whenever there is some debris is there, that is stored or located in a place where everyone can be get access. Remove combustible waste, often minimize the hazards. If something oils and grease types of things or combustible waste, put it in a separate bags, because if you throw here and there, it may get catch fire, that may will lead to a great accidents. Set a good example for other employees to maintaining good housekeeping in your workplace. This is very much important. There are so many employees are there in our company. If all employees are thinking and housekeeping is actively, then it is very good. If someone is not obeying these rules and regulations, not going keeping housekeeping, so for that other people are suffering. So that is the most important thing. Some personal factors or warning signs. What are the personal factors which may be changes or behavior? So what are the behavior? Death of spouse, death of some family members, marital separations is some husband-wife cases. There is some quarrels takes place. The divorce going to happen. At that point, the behavior obviously changes. Personal injuries, illness, having some migraine in their brain or some other kinds of headaches. That is the family issues. That also point of the not properly behaved persons. Change in work, someone is working and suddenly changes their work. Someone is good in or having experiences in electrical field, and then suddenly changes to department of mechanical. So you do not do anything, do not work here, so you cannot focus their things. Foreclosure of loan, some person having loan, so that's the thing. Son daughter leaves home, someone's daughter is not well, child is feeling ill, so that person cannot be focused on work. Change in work hours, day shift, night shift, so at the time proper time management is not possible, so at the time behavior may be changes. Changes in social activities, poor or valor morale, So you do not person is not motivated and some depressed kind of thing, then also behavior changes. Fatigue, if you are work more and more over duty OT, that means if you are working for 8 hours, then again continuously working for 16 hours, continuously for 12 hours, then obviously we are not machines, we are humans, so fatigue is a common thing. We have to properly sleep, eat food and take rest. So this is the things. Drinks and drugs, some people are habituated to drinks, either alcohol or some kinds of abuse. That is not thing that changes the behavior. So if these kinds of signs are you can see personal signs, personal symptoms, then the behaviors cannot be changed. So this is all about behavior based safety. So behavioral based safety leads to develop a culture, and the culture leads to safety excellence. Those three things are there. What are the things is, first is the challenges, then safety excellence is achieved through the behavior and culture. This is all about your behavioral based safety. uh, so uh, then next we have to go for employee participation in safety. Anyone who want to ask something about the behavioral based safety, we may discuss, otherwise we can move. Employee participation in safety, that is in unit 3 first part. Next class we will shift it to strategy planning. Okay, so let's start. This is small content, employee participation in safety, because we already know the every employee who is working in industry, they have influenced the things to the others, because it very much important what the employee or each persons are thinking about the uh, organizations, what are the personal attitudes. So every employee must be participate in order to bring the safety culture and the safety excellence. So employees roles toward the safety cultures, what are the things? So employees roles towards the better safety would be, so what are the things? Work safety and follow rules and procedures. So every employee must obey the rules and safety of the and standard operation procedures. Adopt proactive rather than reactive role in safety issues. We already discussed what is proactive and reactive. So proactive means do not wait to anyone to order you, do your own things. Reactive means when someone is order you to do thing, then you have to react. So you have to do not wait for the orders, do on your yourself, be decide yourself and do that things. So that is be proactive. So every cases in all in your everything, so on your house or in your workplaces, be proactive, not a reactive. Accept responsibility of safety and challenges. Obviously you do not take risks, then do not move away. So obviously when there is a risk and when your ability to accept it, you are moving forward. Report all unsafe conditions to supervisors. Whenever you see something is not well, not performing good, do not ignore that one, just report and communicate things to the supervisor or mentor. Then undertake the necessary training and enhance competence. So if you do not know the things properly, take the training, you go through it, learn it and apply apply the training fully to activity, that is applying of this knowledge. Then take part in the investigation of accident, incident and near misses. If something is accident is happening, just investigate on your through how, why this accident happens, what is the main cause. If you, because we know the cause, then we next time we should avoid it. Set examples for young and new employee. If you are old employee, then participate in safety excellence program and set the examples of the role model for the others. Support management for the effect of improvement safety generals. So the whatever the management tells to implement, you just support it. Do not oppose it. Rather than oppose, you have to support the management. Contribute the work and safety committee and safety circle. That means everything you have to participate, whether it is small program, large program, whatever may be the meetings, training, you have to participate everywhere in order to give the safety compliances. So here some performing working methods are prescribed by this, what are the scope and the other things. Ensuring ability of the safe work procedure, that means every procedure will be safe or not. Monitoring employee, understanding the safety procedure, motivating towards the disturbance. So all employees should be motivated rather than demotivated. If someone is telling some false sentence, yeah, so that may be demotivated. So you do not be do that. Just motivated other employee by only stating the positive statement. Training employee are devised by safety systems education performance. All training is incorporated with safety, aligned with safety. Then administrative legal tools are adherence to the safety by employee. If the rules, regulations, if something is not good or something is good, just know the reasons and go all things in legally. Do not go with blindly. So this is the things. Besides these things, a few specific methods to improve participation is there. There are some method to how the employee are actively participate. So the organizations have some strategic applying in their culture or in their company in order to the employees are participate more and more. So what are the program? Safety as a part of job requirement. So whenever companies are require something, they are asking some things related to safety. So be prepared fully and gain knowledge about what is safety, what is important. If you have knowledge it, then you may crack the interview. So that's why you are studying these safety things, because safety is mandatory whenever you are working for a company or other things. If you do not know previously, then you have to learn the safety rules regulations while you are going for a job, because that is not the requirement, that is also that keeps safe to you from the work culture or work environment. Because if all things are apart and your body and mind and your, you may save, that is one thing. You do not save, you fell may sick, then what happens? Your body may weak, then everything gone void. So you have to first save yourself. So that's why you have to know all safety rule regulations. Safety as legal responsibility. Safety is responsibility of all others. So every employee should be know these things. Third is display of do and do nots of safe working. You have noticed somewhere, some places, if it is very much important, there is a chart where you can study that you do and don'ts, like some instrument instructions are given in front of some instrument. So you have to do this, you have to do not do this. So we read this carefully. Then safety incentive scheme. If you or management have introduced this safety things, because if you have work maintaining this safety for a long time, long run, then what happen, it is leads to a culture, so which may be very much important. So every persons in an employee or in organizations, if he or she follow these things safely for a period of time, then you may get additional incentive increment or some uh, gifts or some vouchers, maybe increasing in money or salary. That is why all people are motivated towards safety practices. Then safety training is mandatory. All peoples are working employees, they are passed through the safety training. Safety counseling. If you do not have, you have any certain kinds of mental illness, some depression or some kinds of things, so the counseling must be there. Safety talks means every times whenever you enter the workplace, make a group and work, talk with each other with the safety things. This is similar to whenever there is a cricket match is happening or football match is happening, have you watched, Before starting the match, all group members are come to one places and just murmuring something, and suddenly they distribute in the field. So this kind of things happening. This is called safety talks. Safety information systems. So this safety information system is the nowadays it is very much necessary to warn all these near misses system, that may be either electrical or mechanical, everything. If something is wrong, then it will suddenly give alarm. No, no, no. This is stop the machines. For example, there is a conveyor belt system, and some belt, some there is no guard, or some person who is maybe injured. Then suddenly the systems that may be stopped by knowing the situations. So without any human interference, that may be a sensors, so maybe different kinds of artificial intelligence systems, or maybe different electrical equipment systems. So this is safety information system in a company or in a factories, chemicals, or whether it is a mechanicals, that is very much important for the safe work practices. Safety checklist and safety inspections before entering to the plant, or before entering to your workplaces, or if you are working some uh, equipment or some things, before handover or before you are taking the responsibility, check whether all the things are okay or not. Like in an aeroplane, whenever the aeroplane is going to start or about to fly, they all carefully check whether all things are okay or not, even small minute things are. If there is a negligence at that place, and the air in the air, there is no one going to help you. So similar things happens in the company or instrument. You are working, before taking charge, you have to check whether all things are okay or not, whether all screw are tight or not, whether the guards are placed or not, whether a electrical light is running or not, all the things. Then safety appliances and PPE. This is the last and most important parts. Before entering to your workplace, you should wear proper safety PPEs, safety shoes, safety gloves, safety apron, earplugs, goggles, because you are working in a company where instrument is running, moving parts. So whether we cannot to check, uh, be safe, all these safety PPE is very much necessary for the working environment. So these are the different participation directly to the employee which are working in a company or in a industry. So this is not required. So this is all about say employee participations. So employee participations, just remember these points. What are the automatic or some employee participation practices? The only points: safety part of the job requirement, safety as a legal advisory, safety do and do not charts, safety incentive, safety training, safety counseling, safety talk, safety information system, safety checklist and inspections, and safety appliances and PPE. These 10 points are very much important. These should be indirectly or directly obeyed by these all employees as a part of the safety participations. So this is all about your employee participation on safety. Uh, this covers or half part of the unit 3. We already discussed behavioral safety and cultures, safety participation. So next class we are going to study strategic planning. The next part, strategic planning and tools and management objectives. These are the things. So that's all for today. If you have any doubts or any questions, then you may ask. Then meanwhile we will take the attendance. If you do not have any questions, then that's all for today's class. You may leave.